What's up, Prowl Nation? Welcome to this special Lions on the Prowl presentation. We have Eric Woodyard in the building. I'm so happy to have you today. But I'm going to kick it to my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, be a part of Prowl Nation. Join the family. Subscribe to the channel. You know, it's part of the family. We don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We have family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. But now it is my honor to introduce Eric Woodyard. He is the new Detroit Lions beat reporter for ESPN. He covers a multitude of topics over there as well, NBA, boxing. But welcome to the show, Eric.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me, man.
No doubt, man. And before we get into this, you know Curt Steele is a Flintstone, and it's always an honor to talk to a fellow Flintstone right here on the program. Welcome. I know you love being from Bedrock. You know what I'm saying? You know how we get down, man.
Yeah, all day, every day, man.
So how is it, you know what I'm saying, being back home, you know, and covering the Lions?
Man, it's been a long journey to get back here, you know, honestly. And I didn't think it would come this way, you know, through the football route, because I've been particularly basketball. But the Lions, you know, that's been a team I watched my whole life. You know, I remember being in the Silver Dome. My first game I ever went to was Barry Sanders. They was playing the Minnesota Vikings, and I remember he rushed like, man, it felt like 100 yards when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Just got the ball, but it was a long drive, man. I just remember that being a kid. Randy Moss was a rookie. And, you know, I just remember the excitement, the swag. You know, even though it's been some rough years, the fan base has always been extremely passionate. So it's just been crazy to get back here, man. And like you said, I'm a native of Flint, born and raised, graduated from Southwestern, went to Western Michigan. And then I worked at M Live. And once I left M Live, I went and covered the Utah Jazz and had the Midwest region of the NBA for ESPN, and now I'm back here.
Oh,
okay,
man,
okay, Jim,
so
what you got, my man?
You were telling us a little bit more about your background and stuff like that. Let us know a little bit more. Give us a little bit more about your background, where you come from. You know what I'm saying? About how you got here.
Yeah, like I say, born and raised in Flint, man. I mean, we're a tough city. You know, Curt can probably attest to it. You know, we're a tough city. We love our sports. We're a small city, but we produced a lot of athletes. I mean, you look at the NFL even right now. We still got Mark Ingram, Heisman Trophy winner. Went to my high school, Southwestern Academy. So
yeah,
man. I mean, it's you know, you can go over the years from Andre Rison, Carl Banks. You know, we've had a lot of.
That's my generation.
Yeah,
that's my generation.
Way back, man. You can go to Daryl Turner. You know, you could it's so much history. You know, within our city and our community, and I'm just happy to be doing it my way. I mean, it's been some great sports reporters over the years who I watched, and I'm just happy to carry on the tradition. Ricky Hampton, he was a guy that covered the Lions for a little while and worked at the Flint Journal. He was great. Man, I mean, I don't know what else I want to know. I ain't really that great about talking about myself.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
You know, it's all good, man. You know, we really appreciate you coming on the program with us, man. So now for you, growing up a fan of the Lions, is it different for you covering your team? You're covering your hometown team. Is it different covering the Lions than covering like Utah, or you know, do you have the vested interest on like being a fan and covering the team?
Yeah. At this point, I'm a professional, man. So I mean, you know, that's out the window. You know, I think, you know, as a kid, I used to love the Lakers. So, I mean, if I write a report on anybody, it's gonna have to be the facts. I mean, it's not like I can come and be a fan. That's not what they pay me to do. So I got to tell what's real. I got to tell what's not.
That's right.
But I think what gives me a perspective is just I know the community. I know what a Lion fan. I got friends that are Lions fans that go through the agony and watching games with them. So I know, you know, not necessarily, you know, I can't draw a play up or nothing, but I know how everybody here feels as a Lions fan. And I know the questions to ask from that perspective. And I can bring a whole different swag because I get it. You know, a lot of reporters might know a little more about the game, or they might know a lot of things, but I can relate to what people here in Michigan really feel because I've watched them for years. You know, I've seen my friends suffer through, you know, the agony and feelings and ups and downs. And it's been some ups and downs. It really have. But through and through, you know, I think people really continue to support the Lions. And I'm happy, man. It's like, it's something new for me, and I'm just having fun with it. I'm not coming in and trying to be this super serious guy. You know, I understand I have a job to do. I'm going to tell the stuff that has to be told, but I'm also going to have some fun. So any of the fans out there that got any suggestions on stories or things I should pursue, I'm gonna be accessible. So feel free to reach out.
Yeah, definitely. One thing you said was very important with the first thing you said was, you're professional. And one of the first rules of journalism is don't be part of the story. So you can't inject yourself in the story. You have to write objectively. And I like your take on that. I really appreciate your answer to that question. Jim, what you got?
Man. I remember one more thing, not to cut y'all off, but one situation where I was put in that, I think when I was in Utah, the Russell Westbrook incident where, he was cussing out the fan. I was the one that broke all the information. I got the video first. And I mean, particularly as a black man, I could have put myself in that situation. Like, man, I'm a black dude in Utah. That's crazy, but I didn't. I told it, the right way it was supposed to be told. You would have never known my opinion at all. I just put it out there and let you form your own opinion. I think that's even more powerful than, coming to cover the Lions. I'm a black man at the end of the day. So I think stuff like that has prepared me to be in this situation and be in this position. And like you say, you can't be a fanboy covering the squad, no matter how long I watched them or, guys I looked up to or whatever. I mean, I just can't. You can't be a fan doing this job.
Yeah, you have to get some of the personal stuff out of it. For our show, I like to go overboard on that a little bit. So y'all
have fun though, man.
We're a fan show though. We're a different medium than the ESPN, right? Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like your logo though, man. Y'all got a dope logo, man. The Lions need to look at that, boy. I like that.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. It's been weird because we're both older. I'm going to be 52 in September, and so I've watched this team, for years and years and years. I know a lot about that, but now you're covering it a little bit from the inside. And going from that fan perspective to actually seeing kind of the inner workings of all that stuff, what's the difference between, like you said, the fanboy and then the professional that sees all this stuff on the inside? Do you see what I'm saying? What the difference is?
I think I'm still so new now. I've been blessed enough to get some great interviews so far, with Brad Holmes and some of the players, Jamal Williams. I got a chance to talk to Barry, Calvin Johnson. I'm still new, and it's a completely new front office.
That's so cool.
New coaching staff. So honestly, I'm gonna be learning along the way because it's all new. I mean, it's not like I'm coming in with an old regime, and which I think made it intriguing as well for me to come and try this right now. I think just the perspective of having that. So I haven't really been able to put my finger on it just yet, but it have been weird, like walking into the, we were able to go into the practice facility and walking in as a reporter. It's a different feeling. It is, at the end of the day, it's a different responsibility, though. I mean, so it's like it's fun. At the end of the day, I'm not starstruck or nothing like that. It's just like it's fun. Nobody's expecting the Lions come out and win a Super Bowl. I mean, they're expecting me to cover the team, tell great stories, and that's fun for me, honestly. Like I guess I'm gonna learn all the inner workings as the season go. Everybody's happy right now. It ain't no wins right. Everything is peaches and cream right now. But ask me that in a couple of months, I might have a different answer.
I mean, what's fun? If it's fun, it ain't work, right?
right. Never feel like work.
Yeah, never felt like work, definitely. Hey, you guys, we're talking to Eric Woodyard, beat reporter for the Detroit Lions for ESPN. Now, speaking objectively, looking at all the pieces that have came in, the new regime, new coaching staff, new players, the new GM, what do you think about how the Lions will fare for the upcoming season?
Well, I know their projected win total is like 5 games. The bar is really low, So I think I'm gonna take the over, honestly, and I'm just being real. It might ruffle some feathers, but I'm gonna say 6 to 7 wins this year. And I think, that's not a great season, but I think for what the Lions, what they're doing and rebuilding and starting over, I think that's a pretty good. If they are able to get that 7 wins and shock a couple teams, I think that'll be a success this year because nobody's expecting them to do anything. So I think, with this new coaching staff, they probably can wheel this squad to a couple more extra wins, and they might shock some people. They might get a big win that we're not expecting them to get. And I'm gonna take the over. It just feels like a different vibe. I can't really explain it, but from seeing all the different coaches, seeing all the different GMs, it feels different with these guys. And I'm not just saying that just from being around Dan Campbell. It's like, I went to the Detroit Grand Prix and I followed him and talked there, and it's just like he's just like a people person. And just the way he speaks, it's not like he has anything rehearsed. And that's so Michigan, that's so Detroit. And it's like, I think that's going to translate well with the players and the fans, and just, from being around, it just feels a little different.
You know
Right.
what? I think so too. And as us looking into the situation, we see the same thing. We see checks and balances. We see, like the GM spot. Brad Holmes is a first year GM, which you bring in all the other people, Ray Agnew, John Dorsey, all that, and coaching staff as well. You bring in Anthony Lynn, Dom Capers is sitting there in the defense. This is a different thing that I feel like it's a different vibe too. I feel that as well. Okay, let me see. What do you think, or what are you most looking forward to this season? Is there a particular thing that you're like, I got my eye on that game, or I got my eye on that thing, or what is it for you as a reporter that you're looking forward to?
I mean, it got to be the LA game, playing against Stafford. That's going to be a huge one. I'll be out there, so I'm excited about that one.
Wow.
And I just want to see, obviously Stafford's not here, but I want to see what he's going to do as well. And I think it'd be fun to see him go against his old team. I was just in Ford Field the other day. We were there with Frank Ragnar. He threw an event, a camp for the kids, and they still got a picture of Matthew Stafford on the wall in there. So it's like, that was kind of, I know they're still like redoing everything and they weren't expecting media or anything, but it's just kind of, it just felt like, man, like he left that much of an impact where it's like his presence still felt here. So I want to see, I think this year is going to be big for Matt's legacy. I think people, fairly or unfairly, they're going to point the finger. If he does bad in LA, it's going to be like, man, okay, you're going to get a little more blame for the Lions situation. But I think if he does well, it's going to also show like the Lions organization could have did a little better with him. So I'm very excited to see that game. I want to see how Jared Goff performs, going back to his old squad. And it's just so many connections there. I think that'll be the most fun game of the season.
Definitely. That is going to be your most fun game of the season. Mine is a Thanksgiving Day game because my wife is a Bears fan.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like this war in the house. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to the LA game as well. Just with the Stafford factor, and then, like you said, with the golf factor, and then the other individuals that came over from the Rams, the Aubrey Pleasant, and then Ray Agnew, and then even with Danny Rogers, the new Lions reporter for the online for the DetroitLions.com. She's works for the Rams as well when she was an intern out there. So you have a lot of individuals from the Rams that are now part of the Detroit Lions organization. One thing,
Pleasant too, man. That's another Flintstone.
Yeah, man. That's another Flintstone right there.
He is.
That is a man too, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay. To double back to what you thought about for the predictions for the season, we had on this show, our consensus was about 5 to 7 wins as well. Mm-hmm. So we're right on par for what you're saying, and we see that change as well. We see the difference in the coaching staff, the difference in the front office, and what Sheila Fort-Hemp is building with the Lions. She seems to be a different type of owner, taking a different approach from her parents, and definitely making it a business type decision. All right. Do you think that the Lions, looking at what we're talking about, kind of just caveat on that question, do you think that the Lions are headed in the right direction, in your opinion? Do you think the Lions are, ascending upward?
I think so, man, because number one, just this draft. We've never had, somebody come in and draft that way. Everybody was outraged. Oh, we should have got a receiver, should have got, a skill position. But that's been the downfall every year. That's how it's been done every year, and it hasn't worked. So why not try something new? Start with Penei Sewell, build in the trenches. That's something that hasn't been done. So I think people were kind of outraged, but I like that thinking. I like that thought. Like, no matter had they got a receiver this year or not, it still would have been the same, same projections, the 5 to 7 games. So I think starting in the trenches was good, and I really think that was a good start. Most successful teams start off building in the trenches, start off getting their line together, start off getting defense together. So I like that train of thought. Yeah, well, I like to see a receiver come as well, because I'm very interested in who's going to be the primary target for Jared Goff. But I do like those picks that they made, and I think that's going to set them in the right direction, because we see a clear path. It's not like somebody just come out winging it. They have the clear path intact. And I think if you have, if you're preparing for success, I mean, that's all we can see. We want to see if they're taking the right direction with things. And I think, you can't really ask for nothing more than a plan in place. And if the plan fails, at least you had a plan. You didn't just come in and just wing it and try something that we don't know what's going on. That's been the case every year. So you want to start change. You got to do something completely different. And I do like the direction that they're going in.
Yeah, speaking of that wide receiver position, I like your take on that. Who's going to be his top target, but I think they really addressed that. This, in my opinion, if you think about who his top target was out there in LA, it was Cooper Kupp. That was his man. That was his go-to guy. And we drafted that guy. The name is Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's been working with him and teaching him Cooper Kupp's role in that offense. So I think that Brad Holmes did a good job. He said, hold on, I know you guys want a receiver. He's right there, and I think he's going to be there when we pick. So I do like that.
Amon-Ra, he comes from I wrote a story about him, shameless plug, but I wrote a story about him a couple months ago. And just his family, his pedigree, man. He comes from a family of athletes. This dude it's a picture. He was cut up at like 7 years old. His dad has kind of prepared all his boys to, for success. And he'll be playing his brother too, when they play Green Bay.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, like you said, he could come out and shock some people. If he does, I mean, you got it. Brad Holmes gonna get all that. He gonna get a lot of love, a lot of credit. If he come out and shock some people like that this year, so I'm interested to see what Amon-Ra does as well.
For sure. I mean, I think their number one target is already on the team, and TJ Hawkinson. I think that's what I think too. I think TJ is going to break out this year. It just seems like all the pieces are in place. I mean, you look at his summer, from even his little mini appearance in the commercial, and going to tight end and it seems like he's surrounding himself around the people who've been successful in the league, and he's putting himself in position. I mean, like, if only a little bit can rub off, at least he was there doing it and trying it. And it's hard for Detroit to get respect. So I think it is
for him to be in those circles and get that love, I think it's going to rub off a lot this year.
We're getting that respect in some ways, but most of it is really not looking good for us. Frank Ragnow's getting it a little bit. TJ's getting it a little bit. But overall, they look at our team as we're not going to be that good. And I don't know. I think we will be. I think it's going to take a few years, but I think we will be.
I think that's a good position to be in. That's a good position when your back's against the wall. Well, your back not even against the wall. No. Nobody's expecting anything. So you can come out and just completely shock people. You might catch somebody on a night that's not going 100%, and y'all pull off an upset. We see it all the time, so that's why I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say 6 to 7 games. Like I said, I really want to say that 7, but it's gonna be the schedule is tough too. It's not really in Detroit's favor, just coming out with that really tough schedule.
It doesn't help definitely. Aaron Rodgers showed back up either. So
right, definitely, all that drama. All right, so I have a personal question. All right, so you from Flint, you know what I'm saying? You know that rock, you know what I'm saying? Did you ever paint the rock out there near Southwestern?
I actually never painted the rock, but I went to Southwestern as I said, but I never painted the rock. But I have saw some very great things painted on that rock, and it's always fun to see people out there painting and see what they're putting up. And I think that's all. It's like a staple in the city.
Yeah. So if the viewers don't know, if you go to Flint, there is a famous rock out there, and it's actually across from where Eric went to school, out there across from Southwestern Academy. And it's a famous rock. It's always been a staple of Flint. Different high schools used to go and when they graduate and they would take over it that week or whatever. But it was always something, a staple of Flint. And I just wanted to see if he had ever have painted that rock. And that's a big thing.
Yeah, it is. That's a big thing. I never have though.
All right, favorite Coney spot in Flint growing up.
Well, it's not open no more, but Angelo's by far.
Angelo's. Oh man,
I'm taking the Flint Coney over Detroit Coney any day. I don't care what y'all say. Flint Coney's over Detroit Coney. I feel you on that one. I feel like anybody can make it. Detroit Coney is just something we can make at home. I mean, it's a chili dog. Yeah. In Flint, we got the actual meat. You know what I'm saying? It's the dry meat. We put the onions and the mustard. Check it out, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. But right now, I like Mega. Yeah, I like Mega.
Flint Coney is something else.
Yeah,
Angelo's.
Man.
See, you guys all got me lost. I'm in Muskegon Heights, Michigan.
Yeah, he in Muskegon
west
Heights
side of the state. I'm over by the lake over here, and I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it sounds delicious.
Coney Island, man, hot dogs, man. And then we kill them. We got Kogo's hot dogs, so the brand.
There you go. That snap, boy.
Well, so it got a little different snap to it, but yeah, I think taking the Flint Coney over Detroit Coney all day.
Any day of the week, brother.
We're talking to Eric Woodyard of ESPN. We really appreciate the time today, man, and appreciate getting to know you a little better. Fans want to get to know you, and so they can follow you on ESPN. They can follow you on what other media if you wanted to get.
Man, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, E_Woodyard, WOODYARD. Follow me on all that, man. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of coverage of everything. Like you said, I'm still helping with boxing. Still doing a little NBA.
Now speaking
yeah,
of,
man, it's fun.
one more right before you go. Speaking of boxing, right? Because I got to give a shout out to my cousin, right? My cousin, my first cousin, Jason Crutchfield. He is the head trainer
Crutch.
over
Yeah,
there.
that's my guy.
Over at Burston. That's my first cousin right there. That's my dad's sister's son. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Clarissa Shields. I know she does her thing. You know, she put helped put that Burston on the map. But yeah, shout out to my cousin Jason Crutchfield. Man, he's doing his thing over there at Burston, man. So I know you cover boxing, so you know.
Oh yeah,
for
sure, Crutch, man. That's my guy. You know, Ice Cube about to play him in Clarissa's movie as well. So
definitely.
Man, for people, the listeners, Crutchfield is the one who trained Clarissa Shields. Two-time Olympic gold medalist, the GWOAT, as she calls herself. Yeah. And man, Crutch is, in the community of Flint, he's a guy that everybody respects, man. Just demands his respect. Used to box for Kronk back in the day. Like I say, Cube playing him in the movie. So I mean, that's already goaded right there. Everybody don't get Ice Cube to play in the movie. So yeah, man. Crutch has always been great to me, man. When I was at the Flint Journal, I was doing all this. I was one of the first to write about Clarissa. She was a teenager, and Crutch and Clarissa always would just, anything I ever needed, I would go down in Burston, and it's just a little, Burston was small. It's a little better now, but back when she was starting, man, the boiler used to always be on, no matter if it was like they couldn't control the heat in there, so it would be burning up hot. No state of the art equipment.
Nope.
It was like Clubber Lane when he was training on Rocky. It was for real. They used to get it in down there, and Crutch was always really, really good to me, man. So I didn't know that was your family, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's my family right there. People don't know about Burston, man. A lot of Flint ballers used to go down there. Martine Cleaves and those cats, they used to run full court down there at Burston. Burston was a staple of community. It's a community center right downtown in Flint, man. But shout out to Burston and my cousin Jay Crutch. You know how you do it, man. Definitely wanted to get that in before you got out of here. All right, so thank you again for joining us today right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Family, you know who it is. And when we get back, we'll go ahead and close the show out. We'll do the dessert with Curt and wrap the show up.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Yep. Just wanted to say, really appreciate it, man. Appreciate talking to you today and getting to know you a little better. Hopefully we can do this again sometime and we'll just have some fun and talk some Lions.
Definitely.
Prowl Nation, Eric Woodyard, ESPN.
It was really nice to get to go and to get to know Eric Woodyard of ESPN. That was an amazing interview. But now it's that time of the show that's my favorite part of the show. It's the dessert with my man Curt.
All right, so it's time for the dessert with Curt. We're brought to you by Delightful Bites Cookies. Custom cookies for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. And the dessert with Curt for today is that, the Lions are, have started to report they're coming into camp today. But one Lion that is primed to have a really big season reported early with the rookies this weekend. I know we were talking about Jared Goff, but no, we're talking about DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is taking a workman's type approach to the 2021 season, and I like this that he reported early, and he's showing up and showing out, and I have a big expectations for DeAndre Swift. So big shout out to him for showing up with the rookies this weekend. He's getting ready to play and be a big part of what the Detroit Lions are going to do going forward. And that's your dessert with Curt, presented by Delightful Bites.
Now we'll go to final thoughts, and my final thoughts for today is I want to apologize to the Prowl Nation today because of the edit job that I messed up. This was not anyone else's fault but mine, and I want to take ownership because yesterday the tracks were just off just a little bit in the edit, and it was crunch time. It was really difficult. I couldn't go over it like I usually do to make sure everything's okay, and that's my fault. And I'm really sorry about the echo and then the thing for the 10 minutes that you guys had to endure it. So I really feel bad about that, and I'll try not to let that happen again, so I appreciate that. Second thing, I want to give a shout out to John Robinson, who's still recovering in the hospital here. He's a local here in my area, and so I just wanted to shout him out one more time. Thoughts and prayers are with you, man, and get well soon.
Yes, definitely. Final thoughts for today's show. Special thanks to my man, once again, Eric Woodyard, my fellow Flintstone, coming over from ESPN to sit down and have a chat with us about him and his journey to become the Detroit Lions beat writer and so much more for ESPN over there. And I just had a great time. And I want to thank my man Jim for all he does behind the scenes for this show and just for what we do, helping us grow doing so much behind the scenes. I'm very proud to be associated with my man Jim Bordeau and Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. It's such an honor for me to be part of this team. And we got more big things coming, so stay tuned. All right. Yes. Hey, so let's walk over to the Wall of Fame before we close it out. All right. So we have our bronze members. We have Detroit Drew. We have Midwest Lion, Bubba Bow. We have John Kapler, Sub Z Trap City Boys Entertainment, our Allen, Jimbo G, Crystal Wiley, Sage Roberts, Brian Stover, Bo Gagrius, Justin 10K, and Latino Lion. Then we have our separate members. We have Nomas J, who would like my TikTok video. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Jason Portis, Cap Ice Code, Batman of the 313, John Martin, and the Tornado. Like my man Jim says, an F5 is coming through. All right. For our gold members, we have Bar Coso, Just in the D, Larry McQuiston, Turner C. Burley. What up, Turner? Michael Huck, Pride 74's new channel, Dominique Davis, Matthew Ferguson. You know he holds it down. We have Randall Flag 606, Miles Gibbs, Randy Pritz, the Gridiron Blitz, and the big fella, North End Ken, always doing big things. And you know who it is, the doctor. Dr. Detroit is always in to become a member of the Wall of Fame. Click the Join Now button down in the description or the Detroit Lions of the Prowl logo at the bottom of the screen. And with all that being said, we appreciate you tuning in to this special edition of Detroit Lions on the Prowl, a inside look at the new Detroit Lions reporter for ESPN, Mr. Eric Woodyard himself. But you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And what Jim is showing you is one of the new products in the Detroit Lions on the Prowl store. The link is in the description of this video. You can get yourself some good Lions on the Prowl gear. We got some Prowl Nation shirts over there, and we got a new shirt with the "What Up, Though" with your boy Curt Steele right there on that shirt. So go over to lionsontheprowlshop.com. The link is in the description for that as well. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't forget to go over to Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com. We got you covered over there for all your Lions news and rumors as well. And go over and check us out on bellyupsports.com. If you're not checking us out, you can check out more podcasts and just an array of talented writers writing about everything that's going on in the sports world right now. The NBA finals just finished and the Olympics are going strong. So go over there and check it out what's going on over there on bellyupsports.com. And if you're going to get some gear that's not Lions on the Prowl gear, get yourself some Lions gear over on fanatics.com. A portion of the proceeds from that link in the description help us grow the content on this channel. And it's hump day, baby. Hey, wrap up your lunch, go ahead, wipe the crumbs off your face and your desk, and get back to work. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.